John Jeremy joins the UNC. Kojo Lewis questions other Tobago candidates on who they are supporting as Prime Minister. Tobago's cultured showcase at Miami Festival, and police drone helps find 38,000 worth of cannabis. Good evening, I am Bianna Brebner. Welcome to the Tobago Updates Television News for Tuesday, 15th April 2025. Senior Counsel John Jeremy, former Attorney General under the Patrick Manning administration, says he will vote for the UNC in the April 28 general election. Jeremy shocked supporters last night when he appeared on a UNC platform at a meeting in Pinal, publicly condemning what he described as a race-based rhetoric coming from the PNM platform. More in this story from Candice Jackson.
He served as Attorney General between 2003 to 2007 and again from 2009 to 2010 under then Prime Minister Patrick Manning. Back then, Senior Counsel John Jeremy was fiercely critical of the UNC, but on Monday night in Pinal, he stood on a UNC platform.
I will vote for change. I will vote for the United National Congress.
Jeremy, who shared he spent his childhood admiring the PNM and later had the chance to serve in a PNM-led government, said he is disappointed by the statements from the party's current leadership.
The newspaper on Saturday was full of it, and it did not come from the UNC platform. It came from a PNM platform.
Jeremy rejected the claims that the UNC is using black Trinidadians to spread a message of division and hate. He said, as a black man
with a certain degree of academic and national accomplishments, I stand here in front of you to endorse the United National Congress.
Jeremy was not only critical of the race-based rhetoric, but also condemned the current PNM leadership, claiming they have allowed the country to descend into crisis, particularly in terms of crime and the economy.
The economy is beyond crisis. We have basically spent all of our reserves in the past 10 years. All the economic and social indicators suggest that we are in a place beyond crisis.
He then asked all citizens to consider two questions.
Are you better off today than you were 10 years ago? Are you going to continue with those who have driven us to this point of crisis?
Jeremy was embraced by UNC political leader Kamla Prasad-Bisasa, who fondly recalled being his English teacher at UWI and later a classmate in law school. She also condemned any attempt to use race to divide the electorate.
We are people, whether we are from north, east, west or south, we deserve an equal space. And when they want to divide us on race, I said, look at me. Whether you're red, whether you're blue, green, yellow, if you cut me and you cut yourself, it is the same red blood.
Candice Jackson, Tobago Updates, Television News.
In a passionate declaration of loyalty, Government Minister PNM Tobago West candidate Shamfa Kojo Lewis said she fully supports Stuart Young as the People's National Movement choice for Prime Minister. She made this declaration during a fiery address to supporters in Plymouth last night as she questioned the other parties in the race about their choice for Prime Minister. Kimberly Mitchell has the details.
Speaking at a public meeting in Plymouth last night, PNM's Shamfa Kojo Lewis called out the uncertainty and hesitation shown by the other political figures when asked about their preferred leader.
We are proud to say we are supporting Stuart Richard Young for Prime Minister. When you ask all the other candidates, brothers and sisters, okay, we see you're running, you want to go down to the parliament, who are you supporting for Prime Minister?
Her statement comes amidst growing speculation that the TPP is allegedly linked to the UNC.
And I want you to turn and you ask those in blue, those in green, those in black, those in who are you supporting for Prime Minister? And if you feel so solid and so confident in your decision and what you have set about to do and where you're leading Tobago people and where you're carrying Tobago children's future, you should be brave to tell us that you are supporting Kamala.
Approximately 2 weeks ago, audio clips of a conversation between a voice that sounds like Chief Secretary and the leader of the TPP, Farley Augustine, and another voice similar to opposition leader and the leader of the UNC, Kamala Persad-Bissessar, surfaced on social media. In the voice note, the voice resembling Augustine confirmed the receipt of fundings to contest a previous election, while another voice, seemingly that of Persad-Bissessar, speaks about collaboration efforts. Augustine has since dismissed the voice note as a smear campaign. Kimberly Mitchell, Tobago Updates Television News.
Speaking at the People's National Movement political meeting in Plymouth last night, PRO of the PNM Tobago Council, Lawrence Hislop, urged Tobagonians to think carefully about who they vote for in the upcoming election. He noted that while some individuals may have overlooked the work of the PNM, the party has undertaken numerous projects and initiatives across various sectors.
You see, brothers and sisters, every sector, everything that we take for granted in Trinidad and Tobago was done by a People's National Movement government. PNM. And there is no doubt about that. That is the track record of the PNM. And whether it be in healthcare, whether it be in education, public transport, social sector development, that is the track record of the People's National Movement.
Although he acknowledged that the Tobago People's Party is the only other political party offering some competition, he expressed confidence in the work of Ayanna Webster Roy and Shamfaka Joe Lewis respectively.
You know Shamfa and you know Ayanna. You know what they have given. You know what they have done for Tobago. Brothers and sisters, I urge you, even those who are viewing on the live, I urge you, think carefully.
We'll take a break and come back with more. Stay tuned.
You've heard a voice on the radio, seen her in your worship, and have sung her songs during your time of praise. Sinesh.
Everybody now, let's go!
Sinesh comes to Tobago for Melodies from Heaven on April 17th. The Shore Park Complex alights with praise and worship from 6 p.m. for Melodies from Heaven featuring Sinesh.
I shall not want the Lord has
Samuel Matus.
You'll be the only one who's excited to call your name.
Positive.
Me never could have changed my mind.
Blessed Messenger.
The blood of Jesus over your family.
Renee Fortune and many more.
from my head to my feet.
Get your physical tickets now. Tickets are also available online at islandetickets.com. Visit TobagoFestivalsCommission.com for more info or call 639-4441. April 17th at Shore Park Complex. Melodies from Heaven. Tobago Rhythm and Soul Festival 2025. Feel the beat. Embrace the calm.
Are you in a dispute with a registered investment service provider of the TTSEC? Or maybe you're the victim of an investment scam? You can lodge a complaint or submit an anonymous tip to the Trinidad and Tobago Securities and Exchange Commission. Download our Investor Protection app or go to ttsec.org.tt to access our complaint form or submit an anonymous tip. Write a clear summary of your complaint. Submit copies of supporting documents along with the originals for verification. Provide a copy of the feedback received from the entity regarding your complaint. All investor complaints or scam reports submitted by the public are acknowledged and reviewed by the TTSEC. Investigations are pursued based on the outcome of the review. Trinidad and Tobago Securities and Exchange Commission, protecting the interests of investors and the public. You invest, we protect. Everyone benefits.
You sure, boy?
The following is a paid political advertisement.
come tell me the correct pronunciation.
But now feels it not it. We are feeling from a little and a grow. How feels it not it. Sometimes it feel like we let go. How feels it not it. We are feeling from a little and a grow. How feels it not it.
I doubt that.
The sun rises slowly over the hills. Everywhere is golden sunlight, but still most nights with hotels are crowded. Their days with dark clouds are shrouded. They don't smile and they never will. Only volunteers get to fill empty promises is what they hear. No running water from year to year. Hearts that no one desire. That if there is a Messiah, someday he hear their whispered prayer. Covered always bare and scanty. 10 people in a one-bedroom shanty. Forced to sell on the pavement. No vacancy, no employment. Cattle firecracker from gunshot. Blood does flow when things get hot. Afraid to look out the window.
On April 28th, vote for the anchor. Vote the Tobago People's Party.
Welcome back. Yeah. Welcome back. Tobago's rich musical heritage took center stage at the 2025 Fashion and Food Showcase, Flourish, hosted by St. Thomas University in Miami on April 3rd. Representing the island was Spanish Keishon Julian, recently appointed music coordinator of the Tobago Performing Arts Company, who delivered a high-energy performance alongside cultural icon Caston Cupid. Blending steel pan, soca and calypso, the duo wowed the international audience and proudly showcased Tobago's vibrant spirit. The event, featuring global designers like Project Runway winner Joanne Sebastian Gray, is part of TPAC's ongoing mission to promote Tobago's performing arts worldwide. TPAC CEO Jared Primer praised the performance, calling it a proud moment in the company's growing international journey. Following the showcase success, TPAC is already in talks to return for the 2026 edition. A police drone played a critical role in the discovery and destruction of a cultivated cannabis plot valued at approximately $38,000 during an early morning eradication exercise in Bell Garden. Between 6:30 a.m. and 8 a.m., officers from the Tobago Divisional Task Force Area East carried out the operations in Boucher Trees area. The initiative was led by Woman Corporal Aline Pantin, who acted on intelligence and deployed a drone to survey the terrain. The drone identified a hidden plot containing several marijuana plants located about 400 meters off the main road. Woman Corporal Aline Pantin then led a team of officers to the site where 38 fully grown cannabis plants were uprooted and destroyed. The exercise was strategically directed by Acting Assistant Commissioner of Police Sabero, coordinated by Senior Superintendent Eli, and spearheaded by Acting Assistant Superintendent Williams. Additional support came from Inspector Bacchus and Woman Sergeant Acting Gordon Harris, with Woman Corporal Aline Pantin supervising the underground team. Police says inquiries into the discovery are ongoing. Prime Minister Stuart Young says the PNM is the only party that can bring about real solutions to Trinidad and Tobago's problems because it has spent past 9 years gaining the experience to do so. He was hitting back against critics last night at a meeting in La Hoquita who accused Young of failing to implement plans and policies to address issues faced by citizens in the country sooner. Reporter Candice Jackson has the details.
Prime Minister Stuart Young urged voters not to be swayed by claims that the PNM had 9 years to implement the plans and solutions they are now promising on the campaign trail.
And people asking, well, you were there for 9 years, why you didn't do it? In those 9 years, we were defending Trinidad. In those 9 years, we were getting the experience. The experience, we were out there fighting, we were building new programs. We have a stable platform now.
Young stated that as Prime Minister, he is now in a position to ensure certain policies and plans are implemented.
The same way I have fought for the last 9.5 years, now my fight turns to a different fight. Because you see, when you're in charge, it's different. When you're supporting, it's different. But when you're in charge, you're in charge. When you're in charge and say, I want that done, we will get it done.
High on his list is solutions to the crime situation.
We are going to tackle crime, we're going to hit it hard. I know how to do that because we were doing it.
Young said he plans to share details of his crime-fighting initiatives in the coming days. In the meantime, he cautioned the electorate against falling for the promises made by the UNC.
Do not be fooled by people who have no plan how they're going to raise money, but every plan is about how they're going to bankrupt Trinidad and Tobago.
He warned that promises to eliminate VAT on 7,000 food items, remove the 7% online tax, increase fuel subsidies and set up public servants' wage negotiations above 4% would force the country to seek external assistance, with potentially dangerous consequences.
In 1986, a coalition government called the NAR stood the same way that UNC coalition is doing now and making promises they could not keep. We ended up at the IMF. Public servants lost their jobs. You took a 10% cut in your salary as opposed to a 10% increase.
Candice Jackson, Tobago Updates, Television News.
It's Television News. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Tobago Updates. More news after this.
TNTech is pleased to advise that its Roxborough Service Center has reopened. Starting Monday, 10th March, customers can once more visit the Roxborough Administrative Building to pay TNTech bills, request new connections, and more. TNTech, powering the nation into the next generation.
The only choice on the 28th of this month, which is a couple days away, is the Tobago People's Party. You all say it with me, the Tobago People's Party. Say it with me one more time, the Tobago People's Party, because this is the only party who going forward.
On April 28th, vote TPP.
That was a paid political advertisement.
When the game is on, You don't want to miss the best moments. With AMPLIA TV, you can enjoy our ultimate sports package and watch your favorite games on the go. Stay connected and informed with sports news, scores, and stats with AMPLIA's fastest internet speeds. Up to 1 gigabyte fiber internet, you can stream riveting football action, cricket, NBA games, and much more. With AMPLIA, it's game on. Visit amplia.co.tt or call 800-4663. AMPLIA. Do more, live more.
Thanks for staying with us. Domestic violence remains a pressing issue in Trinidad and Tobago, affecting women across all walks of life. One such survivor is Aretha Clark, Tobago West candidate for the Patriotic Front. During a special episode, Tobago Updates focus on the issues and concerns of women in politics. Clark bravely shared her personal experience, placing strong emphasis on the need for greater judicial reform. Reporter Josh Eldan has this story.
Tobago West candidate for the Patriotic Front, Aretha Clark, opened up about her experience as a domestic violence survivor during a live discussion on Tobago Update's special program, Women Voters Matter. She shared that one of the most challenging aspects of the ordeal was reporting the incident.
One of the challenges I would have faced, and many other women are facing, reporting. When we go to report at any police station, yes, we have the gender-based violence unit, we have this, we have that. But if those officers are not at the station at the time, the report is not taken seriously.
She said domestic violence is not only physical, but often begins with psychological abuse. Clark argued that the judicial system is one of the key institutions that must be reformed to ensure that victims are truly heard and that these situations are properly addressed.
Most victims of domestic violence who would have been murdered, you never heard there was physical violence before. And if the judicial system could grasp that and understand that domestic violence will never start off physically, it starts with a mind game. And it is important, if we have to change policies, I would honestly say and openly say, we have to start with the judicial system.
She noted that financial abuse and hurtful language also constitute as forms of domestic violence. Clark also stressed the importance of raising awareness.
Not just having a police station, but we need to have we have domestic violence hotlines. Let us work on hiring. We need more social workers. So bring more social workers on board dealing with domestic violence issues. Educating members of the public is important.
Joe Sheldon, Tobago Updates, Television News.
Of food security, natural resources, the environment, and sustainable development reminds the public that Buko Reef Marine Park is a protected area under the Marine Areas Preservation and Enhancement Act, especially over the Easter weekend. To safeguard this sensitive environment, the Department of Marine Resources and Fisheries, along with the Trinidad and Tobago Coast Guard and Police Service, will enforce safety and environmental laws. Operators of tour boats and event promoters are reminded to comply with vessel registration, insurance, and crew qualification requirements. Rules include operating hours from 10 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., a ban on alcohol and drugs, noise limits, and no fishing or interference with wildlife. Violations will result in legal action. Operators must apply in writing to the Division of Special Events or exemption requests. Visitors are also urged to purchase tickets only from authorized booths. For more information, contact the Department of Marine Resources and Fisheries. The weather report is up next.
Fusion. On April 20th, 2025, the parade grounds comes alive for a blend of genres, offering something for all ages and tastes at Fusion.
Only you alone could put fire back in the soul.
Experience a night of great music and unforgettable vibes. Dance to the music of Kess the Band. Kess the Band. Kess the Band.
Tell me dios, baby. Take back a dios, honey. Take back a dios, baby.
Stephen Marley, Grant Smogan, Wayne Wonder, and many more. Get your physical tickets now. Tickets are also available online at islandetickets.com. Visit TobagoFestivalsCommission.com for more info or call 639-4441. April 20th at Parade Grounds, Dwight York Stadium. Fusion Tobago Rhythm and Soul Festival 2025. Feel the beat. Embrace the calm.
When you would have brought home gold, the entire country would have been at a standstill, reveling in this victory. Let's put 60 seconds on the clock, ladies and gents.
The first thing most Trinidadians think about is me pelting coconut.
Still. You think you could handle the pressure?
Ready. People call me Andrew, you're a miracle, Andrew, you're a champion. I say, hold on, why not you?
Ladies and gents, welcome to the playbook. Like the rest. Don't worry about that. Pressure is a privilege.
You can't bring too many attention up on the tiebreaker.
There's some things that you would learn that can't be taught in a class.
Correct. Stop telling them don't run. Like, what do you mean don't run?
Easy. All sports. Alright, we're gonna make it short and real sweet. Ready, set,
it goes a little something
go.
like.
We break down the moves needed to win on and off the field.
My compa is the best.
Legendary
Corp.
Alright, I feel
Curry good too. A good beginning makes a brilliant ending.
This has been the playbook and class is dismissed.
The following is a paid political advertisement.
She believes in she party more than she believes in her own villagers, in her own people. Send she packing. And so when they tell you that we love you, that is lie. It's them so Lord Nelson sing about. They are the best liars. They're better than the tailor who could watch you go around a corner and get a measurement. And so that is how crafty and how excellent they are. That is why they could come up with all kind of voice recording and all kind of video and all kind of story. But I'm telling you, this time around, we are not afraid of them. We only fear God.
On April 28th, vote TPP.
That was a paid political advertisement.
Coconut's Cafe, the buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes. For breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti, served with chokers, bull joil and sausages in tomato sauce. Not forgetting beef and cheese pies, shepherd's pie, macaroni pie and rice in various styles. Meat served in a variety of flavors, garden salads and pasta salads. All this accompanied by fruit juices, coconut water, your choice of a great combination to appease your taste buds. So call us today to order, as we are here to accommodate your busy schedules or if you are having a cooking day off.
Now for a look at the weather update from the TNT Met office. Tonight will be fair to partly cloudy with a few showery spells. Tonight's temperature drops to 24 degrees Celsius. Tomorrow you can expect a few early morning showers, which will give way to mostly sunny and at times breezy conditions. Initially fair night, with a few showers developing towards dawn. Daytime temperatures are set to reach 31 degrees Celsius with a heat index of 34 degrees Celsius. Seas are moderate, waves 1.5 meter to 2 meter in open waters and below 1 meter in sheltered areas. Sunrise at 5:51 and sunset at 6:14. And that's how we end this evening's newscast. Here's a recap of the headlines. John Jeremy joins the UNC. Kojo Lewis questions other Tobago candidates on who they're supporting as Prime Minister. Tobago's culture showcased at Miami Festival, and a police drone helps find 38,000 worth of cannabis. I am Biana Bremner. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a great night.